Let me tell you something about Thasos, a quiet island in the northern Aegean, where time slows and traditions stay close to the earth. This quiet island is the home to the Trumba olive, ripened on the tree, hand-picked and cured in salt. These olives are deeply rooted in local traditions and hold protected designation of origin status. Life here moves with nature. Honey from wild thyme, wine from mountain grapes, and festivals filled with music, food, and ritual. Thasos marble has been a part of this island's history for over 2000 years. This marble is curated from the coastal quarries of Aliki, and even now, when you go there, you can see it echoing with the memories of people who have handcrafted it, the temples and terranians across the Mediterranean. Marble here isn't just history, it's life. At every turn, marble reminds us of how people live, work, and remember. Here lies that unremarkable creation from the earth's crust, rare and untouched, Thasos novellato. Before you go, you can have a chocolate created by ITC composed of fig compote and whipped feta. It distills the flavors of Thasos into a single thoughtful bite. Thank you.
A region in northern Greece where time seems to soften. Here, spring water flows through quiet villages, olive trees twist towards the sun, and life is measured in seasons, not hours. There is a myth that Dionysus, the god of wine and festivity, once danced through these hills. That spirit still lingers in open air cafes, in small family run bakeries, and in the ritual of shared meals under the wine covered patios. Pirgon marble comes from this land. Its surface is soft white with faint golden lines. People who work with it treat it with respect, shaped by the long tradition of people living close to the land. Here it stands in its true form, held by nature's grace.
So hi, my name is Sushant Pathak. I am heading marketing for StoneX. The idea for this particular event actually came in from a very young girl, a 21-year-old girl whom I met, almost 300 kilometers from Milan, a small town called Lhasa. And the beautiful part about this town is that people don't just think about stone; they really feel about stone. So when you walk into this town, you'll see people singing song about stone. They've created chocolates around it. They sing stories around it. Everything about stone is so much more beautifully done. So that's where the entire idea came from. As a brand, we believe in elevating the value of stone through mastery. And the why we are doing this is because we don't want stone to be seen as a commodity. So when you come to this event, which is Stone Portrait, we want you to go through from one book to the other book, have a look at each of these compelling stories, and also see this in a very experiential manner. So it is not about looking at stone, it is not just about eating that chocolate, but it is sum total of everything put together. So idea is when you are there in front of a Lhasa pod, or when you're opening the chapter of Lhasa, you're listening to that amazing story of Lhasa, you're eating a chocolate which comes in from a local herb that you find in Lhasa, and at the same time you listen to a music from Lhasa. So that's the whole idea of Stone Portrait. In one single line, we want to elevate the value of stone through mastery, and we want to change the perspective. We want to change the way people look at stone. They should not look at it like a commodity, but the idea is they should look at it like an art form, something which is beyond, something that they can feel.
We begin with Lhasa, a quiet alpine town in northern Italy known for two things that rise from its soil: apricots and marble. Every August, the town comes alive for a festival that honors both. The fruit appears in every form, preserved in jams, folded into pastries, paired with mountain cheese. It is a simple ritual, but it speaks to how closely the people live with the land. That same devotion extends to stone. Lhasa marble is cultivated high in the Alps, and generations have shaped their lives around it. Here, marble is more than material, it is memory. And in this town, it is placed on the graves instead of flowers, a gesture of permanence, a quiet tribute that endures. And what you see here is a piece of that story, unpolished and unrushed. And as you can see here, this is Dolce Sopira, a chocolate created by ITC, and it has flavors of espresso and cocoa and apricots.
Let me take you into northern Greece. Between the towns of Kalava and Drama, the land opens into the quiet hills of olive, pine, and wine. The streets are filled with the scent of salt and citrus, and life here moves along the rhythm of seasons. In Drama, every year, the International Film Festival brings town to life. The streets are filled with storytellers, artists, and filmmakers from all around the world. These stories are not only told on the screen, they are told in the land, in the tradition, and the quiet conversations that happens under the grapevine. Bianco Oak marble is born from this area. It carries the simplicity of the region, pure white with gentle veins that traces its surface. What you see before you is a piece of same stone in its raw form, untouched, unfinished, yet filled with full potential. Before you move ahead, I would invite you to taste a chocolate crafted by ITC, Egan Glow. It carries a flavor palette of lemon ganache and pistachio truffle. It has the brightness of citrus and softness of Greek air.
There are just two families who continue a centuries old secret, the making of the ordered pearl. It's a guarded tradition passed from one generation to the next and never written down. This quiet transmission of knowledge tells us how stone is treated here as well. It's not a resource, but it's a heritage. It is bold, dense, and architectural, and its surface carries a gravity that feels familiar. It is from the same soil that shaped the Byzantine churches and the Ottoman monuments. Before you leave, I invite you to taste the Orid Noir, a chocolate created by ITC. It draws inspiration from the region's traditional desserts. It has dark chocolate and roasted walnuts. It is from the same place. It is a flavor memory drawn from the same soil as the stone.
Hi, this is Magesh here. The work talks about the image of a horse, which talks about the aspects of power and the suppressed narratives which has been hidden behind it. And the image of a broken horse head also talks about the rise of the new voices and the rise of a new beginning. So that's what I'm trying to depict through the sculpture.